Windsurfing on the sea every day is amazing. There's nothing else out there apart from you. You put all of your equipment together so you know exactly how it's tuned or how it's going to behave. And you're just kind of like gliding through the water and you feel so free and you're kind of the person driving that. My name is Saskia Sills, I'm 22 and I'm from Launceston, Cornwall. Right now I'm campaigning towards 2024. I have a brother and an identical twin sister, and my mum and my dad. My twin sister was a windsurfer as well, campaigning towards an Olympics, and now she is the head coach of the national Norwegian windsurfing team. Growing up with a twin is really fun. I mean, I guess I don't really know anything different, but all I can say is that we always had a best friend in each other. Through every milestone and everything that happened in our lives, we were there for each other. And I actually feel kind of sorry for my parents looking back, like we caused so much chaos and, you know, double trouble, and there was two of us. But my dad always says, double the trouble, but double the joy. Growing up in Cornwall was amazing. We would walk across the fields to play with our friends that are, 2-3 miles away, and then we would walk home again in the evening along the bridle paths. Our garden was always full of flowers and smelt lovely. And we had a swing and the Wendy house, and then so I guess from a very young age we'd always played outside. My earliest memory of winning something big was 2007 National Championships in Weymouth. And that year, Imi won the Nationals for her category. I won the Nationals for my category and Sam won the Nationals for his category. I remember everyone being very kind of surprised and wondered what we were doing and how we were training, and I think everyone thought we were kind of training every day and being super serious about it, but we actually weren't. We were just kind of enjoying windsurfing together. So the junior national team, we both got accepted at the same time, which was so special. It was like, only 12 people in the country get the privilege of being in that team. Saskia and I were always very, very close in competitions, and for as long as I remember, Saskia was the star. At the time I was probably upset and a bit jealous, but Saskia deserved it. She was the one that loved the windsurfing. She was the one that was asking to go to the lake. Saskia was a star. We got selected to go to San Francisco for the World Championships. Throughout the week, Saskia was comfortably second and I was comfortably third. I remember just looking around, being calm and trying to understand everything, and the wind was light, and I thought, okay, this is good, this is cool. I'm happy with it being light winds. All I can remember next is Saskia coming up to me in between the second and third race, I think, and saying, Imi, all I've got to do is be 5 points in front of Marion and I win. And she was like, I'm gonna do it. But the points were super, super close. All I had to do in the next race was win that, and I just needed to beat her. And for some reason, I managed to beat her, and I don't know where she came, and so then I became world champion. All I remember feeling was this immense joy and happiness that, fuck, we'd done it again. I remember thinking, oh my gosh, everything's going so well, something has to go wrong here. 2013, I started to feel quite sick all the time, and then I went to Cyprus and we had this holding camp. I was sleeping all day during the training. I didn't train once. I remember we had this team meeting outside in the pool, and I fell asleep in this team meeting with 12 other teammates there. To fall asleep sitting upright one day before the World Championships, that's just kind of alarm bells ringing, I guess. She was really thin and really tired and really sick. And we just didn't know what was going on. And I remember on Christmas Eve 2013, I'd really had enough, you know. We'd woken up in the morning and Sam, my brother, and my mum and I were going to the gym. And we went into Saskia's room and she was still in bed. And I remember losing it with her and being like, "You're ill because it's your fault. Like, you're not helping yourself," like really losing it with her. I just kind of put the covers over my head and just went back to sleep. So it was a really, really tense day, Christmas Eve, and then suddenly she got the phone call. "Saskia, you have celiac disease." When you're sick, the sailing team want to look after you well, and they want to make sure you're well enough to go back onto the water. So Saskia had to do this like return to sailing program. I wasn't allowed to do anything, nothing. So I spent about 4 or 5 months gradually building up to being able to do 20 minutes on the bike twice a week. I got the go-ahead from the team physiologist that I could do my first strength training of the year. That weekend I was just sleeping so much and I was like curled up in a ball and I felt so sick. Turns out she had her appendix ruptured, and 2 days or 3 days before her final A-level exams and just after her first session back. I was so devastated because I'd just been through all of that for the past 6 months and then finally got somewhere. And then us back to square one again. After the year Saskia had, she was already on the back foot, you know. She was at a disadvantage already. And then choosing to go to university meant, you know, she spent even less time training and getting back to where she needed to be. I was going to lectures in the morning and then driving down to Weymouth, going on the water for 2 hours, then driving back, and then going on my way back from Weymouth I would go to the gym. April 2016 time, I started to get pain in my arms when I was windsurfing and I couldn't really hold on, and there was a competition in Medemblik in May in Holland, and I remember thinking, I can't hold on, I can't hold on here, I'm gonna fall in. And then I would lose the feeling in my hands and I was in like excruciating pain. And then suddenly again, everything just kind of went the wrong way and started to get ill again and couldn't train as much. She got compartment syndrome in her forearms, and it was so bad that all 4 compartments in both her arms were ruined. I rang the physio and the doctor and I said, "I think I need surgery, and I think I'm not ever going to windsurf again properly if I don't have the surgery." And I said, like, I've come through so much. She just had the surgery and I remember feeling gutted, and I do remember thinking, okay, she's not coming back from this. You know, this is the end, but you know, she's given it a good try. She's been through a lot. It's an okay place to finish your career, you know. As soon as you're injured as an athlete, everything goes through your mind, and what happens if I can't get windsurfing? What happens if I miss my funding event? What happens if I get better in time for my funding event but I don't make my funding cut, you know? Everything just goes straight through your head. Like, you kind of fear the worst, I think, when you get injured as an athlete, because being an athlete is about training, and if you can't train then you can't be an athlete, really. I went to the World Championships in September in Japan because I thought it was a good idea and I thought I was recovered, and I had the surgery in June and then I decided to do the World Championships in September. Oh God, this is not going to go well. And it was not ideal. I mean, I couldn't even pick up a knife and fork when I had the surgery, let alone compete at a World Championships in Japan 2 months later. So I went to Japan and kind of had a really bad experience there. Did really badly. I think I came 56 out of 60. Then I got back to Weymouth and started the Weymouth training and just trained hard and trained well. And then this year the World Championships, it was the big World Championships, which happens every 4 years. And bearing in mind the last World Championships I did, I came 56th in 2017. On the first day of the Worlds I was leading, the 2018 World Championships, which was just insane. It was just crazy, like speechless really. I could not believe it. It's really nice that we're able to come abroad and train during the winter, because in England it's just way too cold to train properly. So coming abroad, it's super nice because we can be 100% focused. We're not cold. We learn something every session so that we know that we're improving every session. And of course it's super nice coming to nice places like this, and very often there's a lot of different countries and different sailing classes that come here or come abroad to the same training venues, which means that we can see our friends and have good training partners and really good training sessions on the water with lots of different people. Her success is a testament to her character. The people I live with in Norway describe Saskia as a survivor. You know, no matter what happens to her, she'll survive. I think when I look back being an athlete, whilst being at university and going through like 2 or 3 major setbacks, it's just quite, I can't quite believe that I'm still sat here being an elite athlete really. Looking back, I'm just so happy, and those moments are the moments why I've come through all of this, why I've done it, because I don't know what it is, just windsurfing, racing and doing well, just I enjoy. I like it, and I want to continue to work hard too. Maybe in 4 years I'll be able to actually win that World Championships and then fulfill my childhood dream of going to the Olympics and winning a gold medal. And everything that I've been through until now kind of has set me up so well for an Olympic campaign. Saskia has really fought hard and dug deep so far, like a lot for a 22-year-old. But you know, I just want to try and make it work and try and get to the top and try and get to where I always dreamed of being.